Hey guys, how are you? So I've kind of had a crappy day today. It's like everybody wants to attack me day. So I'm not really gonna focus on anything in particular or a particular story. There are a couple of things I want to talk about though. I guess I can start by just saying, on my mind's for the South African issue. There are a lot of supporters there, actually. But today I have been attacked twice. The first time by a woman mad at me because I was not advocating for Palestinians that were being murdered. So I was kind of floored, and I said, listen, all of that is getting coverage on the news, first of all. Second of all, don't give me that crap about the poor Palestinians being terrorized by the evil Israelis, because no one believes that. We know that that's not true. So just save it. And so this lady never commented back, but a guy came and commented back, a real tough guy, by the way. And what did he call me? He called me a Zionist cunt. And he told me that all whites need to be killed and exterminated from the earth. And what else did he call me? A sandcracker. I hope I said that right. Oh, I'm dying. I was laughing so hard, but he's blocked. But there was another guy too complaining about my shirt in a picture. Get a life, people. Seriously. I mean, I don't even wear clothes that are revealing. I never do this, except, maybe in private. But people just find the smallest things to just try to pick you apart when there are more important issues and more important things that can be focused on. I just can't stand those kind of people. It's like, get a life, dude. I mean, do something. For what have you done good in the world? Have you helped anyone? So anyway, something that really aggravated me, pissed me off on Twitter today is, and this is something a lot of Americans don't know. It's something I didn't realize. I always knew about the murders taking place in South Africa and the escalation of this. What I did not and could not have understood is the mentality of the majority, so the 90% mainly, and the level of hate and delusion and the lack of rational thought process blew my mind. And I realized this a long time ago, everything that I'm saying now, but it took me being attacked, and so when I'm attacked, I will come back with facts. Okay, well, what about this and what about this? There's no talking, there's no civil anything. I mean, I was literally told that their people, the black, indigenous, African people, invented everything, including but not limited to electricity, cell phones, running water, modern architecture, education, medicine, everything. And that evil white people stole these from them. And they were not being funny. Like, they really believe this. I don't know what the hell is going on there to make the mindset so just unwilling to even hear facts. And when I say facts, I'm not speaking of hate or insults or anything like that, but just facts, you know. And I got pissed off today, and because someone posted the story about Arnold Schwarzenegger being assaulted, you know, while he's in South Africa trying to help out with some children. I guess it's like an organization that he helps every year. And so he was assaulted because he's white. And I reposted it, and a girl commented on there, "If you don't like it, just leave." So, you know, I said, just leave. You know, and I just told her, I said, the level of delusion and the fact that you have no rational thought process blows my mind, because you're telling people to just leave that are citizens of a country. You can't just leave and go say, okay, well, I'm going to live here in another country, wherever you want to live, if you're a citizen of another country. It doesn't, it's not rational. It does not make sense. And, you know, she says, well, it's our land. And so I told her, are you Khoisan? Because if you're not Khoisan, then you're a squatter, and you need to leave, and you need to pay reparations on your way out. So she never came back with one fact. I even posted a document on the land. You know, and I asked her, what facts do you have? There was no one. I mean, this is just because you say this is your land, it doesn't make it your land. If you want land, go buy land, okay? These people's ancestors came there. The only people that were there, and very sparsely, were the Khoisan people, who they made deals, trade deals, and agreements with. And their ancestors built an amazing, beautiful first world country with a first-class military and education and healthcare and schools. And the world basically forced them into a corner where they had no choice but, I mean, they were also betrayed. It's a complicated story, but they had no choice but to comply. So now that this is happening, and we forced them to hand their country over to a communist, terrorist regime that wants to murder everyone, including their own members of their political party, the world does nothing, you know, and people just lie. So, I don't know, people who think they're entitled to this land, you know, if deeds meant nothing, we wouldn't have them. You can't just go to someone's land and say, this is mine, it belongs to me. No, it doesn't. And, you know, I've been attacked many times by African people, and they love to tell me that all, you know, humans originated in Africa, which has been proven not to be true, by the way. Sorry to burst your bubble. But there were older skeletal remains found in Europe. But let's just go with your story that all human life began in Africa. So you're telling these people to go back where they come from. According to you, they originated in Africa. So that kind of puts your argument out the window. And another point I wanted to make is for you to say, go back where you came from, you don't belong here, just because they have white skin. Okay, so every person that has black skin in the world should be sent back to Africa because they were born somewhere else, not of their choosing, and that is not their fault. I mean, how insane does that sound? It sounds really insane, right? Because it is insane. But that's basically what you're telling these people. Go back to a place you've never been, because you stole our land. When no one started migrating to South Africa from other African countries until, it was being built up and they were migrating there for a better life. So the Dutch came, they built this amazing place with amazing opportunities, and you've now taken over and destroyed everything, or you're very well on the way to it, and you now want them to leave. Seems legit. It's delusional, it's irrational, it's insane. And I don't even know what else to say. I've just gotten so many insults today that it's pretty hilarious. But, I just wanted to speak out a little bit. I haven't made a video in a few days, but I just want to remind everyone that this land never belonged to any of these people that say it's their land and they're owed this land. They're owed nothing. Their ancestors came from other parts of Africa. So really, you came after them. So shouldn't you be the one leaving if you're unhappy? Anyway, it's a ridiculous argument because it doesn't matter how many facts you ever present. These people will not hear it. I mean, they are just completely brainwashed, or it's just blind hatred, and they don't really care what they have to say so long as they get what they want. And I would like to add that many were granted land to farm when the South African government bought, a little under 300 farms or something like that. And most of the people chose money over the land. So, also they were given a chance in 1994 to make land claims if they had legitimate claims. And if they didn't, I mean, why didn't they? If someone stole your land, it's never enough. It's never going to be enough. Doesn't matter what you ever do. You could give them all the land and then it would be something else. I just get sick and tired of it. Just, if everybody would just tell the truth and stop living in a fucking fantasy land, the world would be so much better off. Because this is a trend today. Good is bad, bad is good, right is wrong, wrong is right. No. It's the same as it's always been. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Good is good, evil is evil. And the people perpetrating these lies and these murders and bringing everything horrible down upon South Africa, are evil. And, you know, the whites aren't the only minority. The Indians are also a minority. They are terrorized. The colored or the mixed race people, they are a minority and for the most part terrorized. So, I mean, it's just the only difference is the brutality of these murders with the white farmers and the white community. And this is one reason I speak for them, but there are other people that suffer greatly. And they're minorities too. And I don't know, we have to do something about it as the world. We have to stand up and say enough is enough, and it needs to be stopped. So I'll stop here. For all my haters, middle finger. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be a professional newscaster. I don't want to always look perfect, be perfect, speak perfect. So, I mean, you can pick apart whatever you want, but at the end, I really don't give a shit because I'm here to spread a message. If you can't look past what's on the outside or see past flaws because I'm not completely comfortable speaking, then you're never going to hear the message anyway, and you don't belong here. So with that, I will tell everyone that does give a shit that I give a shit about you too. And good night. I hope you guys have a better day than me. Speak to you soon.